be a fitting recipe if I actually go to make a plum cake for you guys. And that also eggless and alcohol free. And it's not going to be made in an oven. Of course, you can use this recipe to cook it in an oven. But what I'm going to show you is how to do it on your stovetop. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a very nice treacle syrup using sugar and water. So over here I have 150 grams of sugar and I have approximately 50 ml of water here, which I'm going to heat up while I add to the sugar. So let me show you how to make the treacle. And add in approximately 50 grams of sugar. There's 150 grams in this, so I'm going to add 50 grams, so 1/3 of this into the pan. When we are making any sort of caramel, it's very important that we don't actually stir it, because if we stir it there will be crystallization. So it's best to swirl the pan gently like this. So we let this caramelize and become nicely golden, and in fact it's gonna turn darker because that's what treacle is. And मेरा जो caramel है वो almost burn हो चुका है, but it's not completely burnt. इसके अंदर मैं कुछ 50 ml पानी, गर्म पानी उबला हुआ, वो डालूँगी. Be very careful because the caramel is very hot and you can actually get injured if it spills over on you. And now इसके अंदर मैं जो बाकी मेरा 100 grams of sugar है उसको डाल दूँगी. So 100 grams of sugar goes in more. And ये जब melt हो जाएगा हम लोग का treacle भी ready हो जाएगा. I'm not doing this on a high flame anymore. It's a nice low flame. Just melting the sugar and my treacle is ready. And अभी जो थोड़ा सा पतला लग रहा है, as it cools it's gonna thicken into a nice syrupy consistency, and then we are ready to use it in our cakes. So our treacle has been made and I've cooled it down. So see the lovely syrupy consistency. I'm going to keep that aside and we're going to start working on a makeshift oven. यहाँ पे मैंने एक मेरा pressure cooker लिया है and I have put a lot of salt in it, approximately 2 kg of salt. Don't worry, the color is a little different because I reuse the salt all the time. You don't need to throw it each time that you use it. And in this, I'm going to heat this up, and this is going to work like my oven. I'm going to put my cake tin inside where I want to bake it, and it's going to do the job beautifully. So I'm going to cover it with its lid. If you see, I have removed the rubber lining so that it doesn't create a huge pressure and doesn't burst or something. And I'm going to put this on a medium heat to heat up while we prepare the cake batter. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our butter and sugar together. इसके लिए यहाँ पे मैंने 100 grams of butter लिया है and there is 1 cup of brown sugar. And now I'm going to cream the two together. And इसके अंदर I'm going to add a cup of dahi, yogurt, which is quite thick. It should not be thin. And in this, I'm going to add 5 tablespoons of the treacle which I made earlier. And यहाँ पे मेरे पास 3 tablespoons of orange juice है जो मैं डाल रही हूँ. And इसके अंदर I'm going to put in 200 grams of mixed dry fruits, which I've soaked in around 500 ml of orange juice for the last 3 days. And they're nice and juicy. And you can see I've just used a wide variety of fruits and nuts. I have cranberries, I have lots of raisins, I have sour cherries, I have black raisins, I have dates, I have got all different sorts of nuts like cashews are there, almonds are there, walnut is there. मैं सारा कुछ जो है उसको मैंने soak कर लिया था for 3 days, and then I've chopped them up, and I'm going to add this also to my mix. And in this I'm also going to add in my spices. Over here I have dried ginger 1 teaspoon. Here I have cinnamon of 1 teaspoon and I have nutmeg powder 1/2 teaspoon. And can I just tell you a shortcut for this? Just use 2 teaspoons of garam masala and it's all gonna be sorted. Yes, but the ginger you will need to add. It tastes really nice that way as well. And in this I'm going to add 1 3/4 cup of flour, refined white flour, 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And my batter is ready and I'm going to put it in my tin. I've taken a tin which I have coated first with butter and then with flour, and uske andar I'm putting a parchment paper so that it's easier for my cake to come out, and I'm going to pour in the batter in this. Make sure your batter it doesn't rise up totally to the side, because of course this cake is going to be nice and fluffy, so it's gonna rise. If there's too much of it, it's gonna actually fall from the sides. And इसके अंदर मैं अब अपना जो केक का बैटर है उसको मैं डालने वाली हूँ. Nicely set it, and now I'm going to cover it with the dhakkan. So my pressure cooker has been put on the flame. I'm going to cook this on low medium flame for at least an hour before I open the dhakkan. And if I open the lid before, there's chances that the cake actually may fall in between. So it's better to let it cook at least for 55 minutes before we actually open it and insert a skewer. And if the skewer comes out clean, then we know it is already done, or we're going to let it cook for another 5-7 minutes. And मेरा केक बन गया है. It's taken a little over an hour. So I had checked around 1 hour mark, and then I had to give another 10 minutes, and see, the skewer is coming out pretty clean. Cake is done, and now I'm going to turn it over. Boom. Wow, look at the color. Look at how gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous and soft this is. And अगर आप चाहो इसको आप थोड़ा सा और ऑरेंज जूस के साथ सोक कर सकते हैं, so that it's even more moist. It's very hot right now. And see how beautiful it is. Let me try and cut a slice. Wow, look at the texture, look at the color. It's absolutely gorgeous.